Just paralyzed temporarily. You're an amazing creature, Spider-Man. You and I are
See, so basically, Green Goblin said, it's 8 million people in this world, and their only sole purpose is to lift the exceptional people onto their shoulders. Basically, the people that has potential to become great in this world, that's who they lift up. They don't worry about their loved ones, and they don't worry about their family and their friends that just lives everyday lives. No, they try to get that comeuppance. Oh man, we can do this, man. Hey man, you do this, man. You gonna blow up, man. You can blow. I can see it. You just got to do this, man. You gonna blow up, man. Hey man, we can go to the top with this. Or hey man, if you get that job, man. Hey man, you get this job. You stay here for such amount of years, man. Hey man, you can become corporate in a matter of 2 years, man. You can become corporate, man. You can put, man. You can be getting paid 6 figures, double 6 figures. That's how this world thinks. It doesn't think about It doesn't have a general relation. It doesn't have a genuine relationship between one another no more. It's always about what can you get from the next person, and that's not really love, you know. Because guess what? As soon as that person doesn't have that anymore, you're not gonna show that sympathy, that compassion, that love, that so-called love that you showed him when he had it, you know. So you just really only loved what he had, instead of him as a person, you know. Hey, what does this word always say? It's not about what you know, it's about who you know. Just to show you, like, hey, it doesn't matter what people really don't care about what you know. You can know a job to a T and still not get hired there. All right, because it's all about who you know. Oh, I'm real good in with this person. Oh, I got what Jake say? I got a link with this person. Oh, I got a hook up on this. I got to hook up on that. You know, it's all about who you know. If you can get good in with certain people, you know, and that's what really, to be honest, when Jake always calling, you know, you always got that friend calling you out of all. Is he, hey man, are you man, you know, try to chop it up with you. Hey man, I called you, man, because you know I know you was good on cars, man, and I want to know, could you take a look at my car right quick? You know, and you don't want to be you're like, man, dog, I haven't talked to you in like how many months or how many years, man? You call me to take a look at it. So you might just say, oh yeah, man, I'll take a look at your car. But he wasn't think about you none. Like, hey man, yeah, I'm just calling check up on you, man. How you doing? You been cool, man? You know, it's never that. It's always, oh yeah, man, I called you, man, because I need you to look at my taxes, or I need you to look at my car. And then as soon as you get done doing what it, hey man, you won't hear from them again, man. So right now, the world is getting into that cold, loveless state now, you know? So really, to be honest, genuine love is not really out there. You know, you might have some people saying, "Oh man, I love you, man." You know, you might have lovers, boyfriend, girlfriend, husband and wife, kids and father, mother and daughter. You might have some type of genuine love, but guess what? All that is gonna wax cold the more the more hard times you come into. All right, and that's when Joker, that's what Joker hit. Let me get this. See, and really, to be honest, Joker whole breakdown is a few sit downs in itself. You know, I can go on about every little thing Joker said. I can probably venture off into a sit down about itself. But I'm trying to keep my composure because I just got real hot how he just basically checked Batman, because Batman thinking he's thinking he's part of this society in this world, and Joker has like, he says, hey, don't think yourself as one of them, because you're not. Even if you want to be, you're not one of them. You know, because Joker looks at himself as his intelligence is way above the average mind person. You know, and the only person that he's probably says that, like you just said, he said, oh, what would I do without you? You complete me. Basically, Joker saying, Batman, you're the only person that really gets to me. Without you, I would be out here. I would be in this world alone. You know. He said he basically acknowledged Joker. He basically acknowledged Batman as an equal, you know. So, and the elites, they look at us as a threat, you know. And by looking at us as a threat, they acknowledge that we have the power to to dethrone them, you know. So they're looking at us like, man, these guys, you know, they're saying, they don't look at us as these average individual Negro and Latino. And they look at us as a threat. They don't look at the average Negro and the average Latino and Native American as a threat. They look at them as some simple nigga. All right. They look at us as a threat because we know who we are. You know, like I said, man, I can get into a whole nother sit down, but I'm trying to stay on topic with this one. Let's go ahead. See, so he's getting into what I was saying. He said, when they need you, they'll use you when they need you, but when you're done, they'll cast you out like a leopard. Basically he's saying, hey, people only use you when they need you. If you're no use to them, if you're not no benefit to them, guess what? They're gonna cast you out. Now he's gonna go into their morals, their codes, their civilized people. Now he's gonna go into more into it. See, because why? Because basically he's saying, that's why he said it's a bad joke. Oh yeah, you're all civilized. Man, put one grocery store. Just look at Black Friday. Black Friday is a clear-cut example of how vicious people get. And that's not even free stuff. That's stuff that's not even necessities. This is like luxury type stuff, TVs and tablets and laptops and watches and stuff. These are all luxury things. And just look how vicious people get, arguing, fighting, trampling, killing people, robbing people. I seen a woman snatch a fucking TV out of a little girl's. I mean, this girl had nothing but 6 years old. A woman took the TV and snatched it away from her. The girl damn near tripped over herself. There's a grown-ass woman taking the TV from a 6-year-old. It just, oh my God, just basically type in Black Friday store cameras and just see how vicious people get over fucking electronics and shit, man. Now just imagine subsidize all that for food, for clothing, for things that you need to actually survive, man. All right? That's why I say it's a bad joke, because yeah, you might walk into a grocery store, pick out your stuff, all dignified, pay with the things, walk out, Yeah, you might be dignified, but guess what? What if you walking, your son, your children saying, Daddy, my stomach hurt, I'm hungry, and you go and you see that very last loaf of bread, and you walk into it, and you see 15 other people walking to that same loaf of bread. You think one of them is not gonna start bailing out, running for that food, and you think he's gonna trick off other people to run for it? Come on, man. That's what he says. It's dropped at the sign of trouble, man. When it's your life against somebody else's, guess what? All that code, all that civilized, and all that respect for one another, all that shit gets thrown out the window. Hey, nigga, hey, it's either you or me. That's what it becomes. Simple as that. Just one little twitch, just one little turn, it becomes, hey, it's either you or me. Let's go ahead. See, he says, I'm not a monster. I'm just ahead of it because he knew it. He seen it. And then, brother seen the new Joker movie that just came out a few months back. They said basically how Joker was basically way more intelligent than the average person, So they just showed you Joker. He just knew how people, he just knew the nature of people. He just knew how people act. That's what he said. He said, what? These civilized people, they'll eat each other, which means what, man? They'll be at each other's neck, which goes right into along with the scriptures, man. All right. The real nature of people is they're ruthless, especially in this world, man. These people are ruthless, man. All right. The scriptures talk about invading one another, taking each other's spoils, fighting one another. Matter of fact, that was the end of that. I'm gonna go ahead and get straight into some of the scriptures I had. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 6, verse 24. It says, at that time, friends. Look at that. Friends. It says, at that time, shall friends fight one another like enemies. Now, just imagine a person you hate in your soul, your worst enemy. You fighting your friend like that guy. Just imagine that. You're not even showing this is your friend. You probably doing horrific things to your friend. And this supposed to be your guy, your person you cool with. and you just doing horrific things to him like he's your enemy. You probably didn't have to do things. You probably was eyeballing his wife. You probably tied him up, raped his wife in front of him. You ain't even regarding this man's feelings like that. And this, he looking at you like, bro, I thought we was cool. But it just showed you that the love, the compassion people think they have with one another, hey, all that shit gets thrown out the window when it becomes, hey, it's either you or me. Hey, I'm gonna choose me. You know, so when I see when people say, "Oh yeah, we were friends for since kindergarten, or we were friends since high school," I look at that as like, nah, man. If something happened where it became your life against you, I'm not even gonna say if it became your mother's life versus his mother's life. Guess what? You gonna choose your mother's life. You know, you ain't gonna. People are very selfish. All right. It says, and the earth shall stand in fear with those that dwell therein. The springs of fountains shall stand still. In 3 hours they shall not run. All right. See, so it's basically showing, hey man, this love is going is going to wax cold. Matter of fact, it's another movie I just thought of. This is for that scripture I just read. This is like this whole movie breaks this is down. Okay, man, he got that scene. I thought they might have a scene. I thought they might have would have. I thought they might would have that scene in somewhere cut. But basically, if you brothers go watching the Belko Experiment, um there's a scene in that movie. I'm not gonna explain the whole movie. You know, brothers can go watch it if you need to. If you go watch the Belko Experiment, there's a scene in that movie where a woman sees two men walk into the lunchroom, and I guess they, basically the whole movie was about survival, and she seen two men walk into a lunchroom, and it was like a survival thing, but friends would kind of gang up, like they'll see each other, people that know each other, they'll gang up on another person. But the thing about it is, when they walked into the lunchroom, she had went to go do something for a split second, and then like something happened for like maybe 5 minutes, and then she came back and she seen one other friend come out all bloody with a blunt instrument. And he had blood all over him, and he came out with like a hammer or like a type of bat or something, and it was all bloody, dripping in blood, and he had blood all over his face and his clothes and everything. And she walked up to him and was like, why would you do that? That was your friend. That was your friend. You didn't have to do that to your friend. He said, y'all ate lunch together every day. She said, how could you do that to your friend? But that goes to show you that the scriptures, hey, it doesn't matter if that's your friend or not. People are gonna kill each other like they never even known each other, like they never even seen each other. Like, it's gonna be a very horrific time, man. Let me get to the scripture I've been quoting all throughout the sit down. This is Matthew chapter 24 and verse 12. It says, because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. See, so, hey, this love that people say they have for one another, it's going to get colder and colder as the time goes on, man. All right? And for a minute, man, hey, don't be imagined if you see mother and daughter, father and son, brothers, sisters fighting one another like they never even known each other, like they're not blood relatives. The last sandwich, dad just killed mom over it, killed his whole family for the last sandwich. So I mean, that's all I had. Lord willing, I hope this video was edifying for you brothers out there. If you brothers want to go check out the movies, You know, you didn't really have to watch the Green Goblin and Batman. Those, it was just in those specific scenes they kind of reference back at the same, at the same points. Belko Experiment is one movie I would highly recommend brothers to go check out, to see the whole waxing, love of many waxing cold. Friends shall fight one another like enemies. I can go into other scriptures, men invading one each other's houses. I can go to more scriptures, but videos already becoming too long already. But yeah, Belko Experiment is the movie I would really highly suggest brothers to go watch. All right.